times. So 0 for 5 thus far is Griff.
Yeah, I need a favor.
What's up?
You videotape Peters like a couple pitches for me. Just film it for me.
Okay.
Please. Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you.
Sure.
It's just weird if I'm sitting in the dugout fucking doing this in the dugout. You know?
Starting the third inning for the Alaska Goldpanners of Fairbanks is third base.
Start the third inning here from the Grand Forks International. Garo Von Dane welcoming you back to beautiful Grand Forks here in southern British Columbia. A gorgeous part of the world this is. Goldpanners have enjoyed it thus far, as have I. Love coming back here to this small town of about 4,000. Swells a little bit in the summertime. And the Panners enjoying a 4-0 lead as we start inning number 3. Tanner Bowe out to start his third inning of work. The left-hander for the Honkers facing Mikey Bell, Matthew Chavez, and Hayden Iverson. Two in the first, 2 more in the second for Fairbanks. But looking for more. There have been some high-scoring games in this tournament. The Honkers scored 18 against the Grand Forks Slagdusters. The Honks were an out away from run ruling the Slagdusters, who then rallied for 6 to extend the game. Then the Honkers added 8 more late. 3 balls and a strike on Bell. Reached on an error in the first inning. Lines this one into left center field. A long run and a diving catch by Eli Savin. Good catch for Eli. Got a quick jump on it, and that was his only chance to catch up to that shot from Bell. So 1 down here in the third inning, but another hard hit ball off of Tanner Bowe. Brings Matthew Chavez to the plate. Chavez lined out into the glove of Bowe his first time up. That ended the first inning. He will be followed by Hayden Iverson. And this is the 40th season of the Grand Forks International. Some pretty well-known alum of this tournament. Tim Lincecum played here in 2004. He was a former Seattle stud. Josh Beckett played in this tournament. Brendan Ryan played here a few times, former Goldpanner, a longtime big leaguer, who played under Ed Sheff at both Lewis Clark State and with the Goldpanners. Ed Sheff coached the Lewiston Truckers for many years. Larry Walker, Canadian baseball hero, played here, as did John Olerud. And it's a ball outside. 3-0 on Matthew Chavez. One down and the base is empty. The Lewiston Truckers won 9 titles here at the Grand Forks International. The Studs have won 5 championships here. Last year was the Everett Merchants. They were an incredible offensive force last year with the Merchants. Here's the 3-1. Down low ball 4. A 1-out walk to Chavez. That is the 3rd walk issued by Bo. He does walk guys.
Center fielder, number 22, Hayden Iverson.
Had 10 walks in 17 innings prior to this afternoon's game. Again, apologies for the Wi-Fi situation. It goes out, comes back on. It is a tough order here in the bunker in Grand Forks. It's hard to get signal anywhere in this town. Coach Latchman drove past me today. I was about a mile away from home in the rain, and I couldn't text him because I couldn't get any signal. Pick me up. Ball and no strikes. Foul back off the bat of Hayden Iverson. Goldpanner center fielder today. Not easy task to play center field here. It's huge with that triangular point in deep center that's at 430 feet. 370 in the left field gap. And then the oddly shaped fence in right. I've put a bunch of pictures on my Twitter page at Voice of G-Man so you can get an idea for what this park looks like and the surrounding area. Goldpanners leading 4-0, top of the 3rd, runner at first, 1 down. Iverson awaiting the 2-1 pitch and a throw to first base. 4 Honkers errors in the first 2 innings. Iverson, the batter, Garcia on deck. And the 2-1 delivery from Bo. Thought about it, held off on a pitch down low. And it's 3-1. Honkers threw Mike Blauer's son, C.J. Blowers, in their opener. Here's the 3-1. Blew it by him for strike 2. Iverson a strikeout victim in his first at bat. Full count, runner at first, and Bo delivers the payoff pitch, and it's a late swing and a foul ball into the seats near the Blue Monster, which is relatively sparsely attended right now, but it'll get busy tonight. The boot will be out, and General Manager John Lorkey will be slamming beers out of it. Three balls and 2 strikes. Runner takes off from first. Fouled out of play. The boot, a long tradition here. It sits on a long rope, and when a fielder has a miscue or an error, they swing the boot out onto the field. Everyone chants boot, boot. They throw it onto the field. They pull it back, and then often someone will crush a beer out of it or any other kind of beverage. Maybe some warm chocolate milk. Left-hander sets and delivers the 3-2 pitch, and it's hit high into shallow right center field. A couple of fielders converging, and it'll be the center fielder Savitt making the catch to finally retire Iverson for the second out of the inning. But again, long at bats here for the Goldpanners. All adding up to what could be a short outing for Bo, or shorter than he had hoped. The runner at first, with now 2 down, and Alex Garcia, who walked and scored a run in the second inning, will stand back in. Four 4-0 lead, top of the 3rd. We're going a full 9 innings. The only way that wouldn't happen is if someone leads by 8 after 7. Strike is called. Little breeze blowing in from left. Otherwise, the sun is back out. Way up high. Good job by catcher Hurd to stand up and reach up for that baseball. Keep the runner at first. Garcia with a 1-ball, 1-strike count. And it's down low in the dirt. Population 4,049 here in Grand Forks. Christina Lake nearby, about 15 miles away. There's a population of about 3,000, but it doubles and then some in the summertime. We're situated about 310 miles east of Vancouver, but it's a long drive, longer than the miles would indicate. Way up and away, and it bounces off the glove of Hurd, and over to second base goes Chavez. So some control issues here for Bo. And it's 3 balls and a strike on Garcia with Caballero on deck. Bo trying to keep the Panners off the board here in the third after they scored in both the first and second innings. And here's the 3-1 to Garcia. Up and away, ball 4. Well, he loses Alex's second walk of the inning. And 4th walk of the game by Bo. And Marty Lawrence starts to pace in front of the Honkers dugout. Now Gold at first and second for Caballero.
Second baseman number 2, Rocco Caballero.
In the 9 spot, up high for a ball. And really struggling to find that zone right now is Bo. And when he misses by a lot. The 1-ball pitch. Couple of looks at second. Up and away, ball 2. This is a trouble spot here for Bo. Already trailing by 4 here early in the game. And the Panners trying to do some more damage with 2 outs in the third. And Bo now behind, 2 balls and no strikes on Caballero. Checks the runners and comes home. Up high again, it's 3-0. So no reason to take the bat off the shoulder until Bo shows he can relocate the strike zone. He got the top of the order due up. And it's 3-0 on Rocco. Way upstairs. A 4-pitch walk, nothing was close. Right after walking Garcia. 3 walks in the inning. And here comes Marty Lawrence with some urgency out to the mound, and a big moment in the game as the Panners have him loaded here in the third with a 4-run lead. Marty's got to find a way to settle down his southpaw. There's a long way to go in this tournament. And he's easily hoping for a few more innings out of Tanner Bowe, but struggling here in the third after not getting much help from his defense in the first couple innings and some hard hit balls by the Goldpanners. You look like a force right now, especially offensively, but then you look at the other side and Peters cruising through 2, but another long wait between innings for Trey. He has faced just 7 batters, walked 1, not allowed any base hits. Marty heads back to the dugout. And now with 2 down and the bases loaded, Jacob Badawi stands in. Trying to break this game wide open in the third. Bo's first pitch. He finally drops one in for a strike. Badawi singled and scored in the first, reached on an error in the second inning. After the breaking ball, Bo readies with the 0-1 pitch. Down low. Tricky stop there for Hurd. I talked about it yesterday. Not much room in foul territory behind home plate, but still, it's a trouble spot. We've seen a lot of runners score on wild pitches. The 1-1 with 2 down. Outside, 2-1. Working the count in his favor is Badawe and Jacob, the junior from Riverside, has a hitter's count. And the 2-1 takes up and away. It's 3-1. And big trouble here because up next is Harrison and then Rocha, Leiterman, and Bell. Things get a lot tougher. Badawe with a 3-1 count. Gets a fastball and pops it up right side. Is there room for Padron to make a play? No, it hits the netting. Well, still alive here, but now 3 balls and 2 strikes. That rare fastball from Bo, which can be effective when you throw it that rarely. Bases stacked, and a payoff pitch coming to Badawi. On the way. Takes strike 3. And Bo recovers and keeps the Panners off the board here in the third. A huge out for the Honks. Goldpanners, though, lead it by 4 through 2.5.
In the top of the third inning, no runs scored on no hits, no errors, and 3 left on base. Folks, in addition to the Hardball Cafe and the Right Field Tavern, we're pleased to announce the Bullpen Barbecue is now open. Set up just outside of the Bader building. Again, the Bullpen Barbecue is open for the afternoon. We'd also like to take a moment to acknowledge some of the sponsors who have made the 2024 Grand Forks International possible. At the Hall of Fame level, we'd like to give a big shout out to Rockwool International. At the Grand Slam level, Community Futures Boundary, our sponsor of the Home Run Derby, versus Tim Horton. I'd like to thank all these businesses for their continued support of the Grand Forks International year after year.
Finally, so now we kept going off the air over and over. Back now, I think a lot of people quit. Goldpanners leave them loaded in the top of the third, but leave it, have a 4-0 lead as we go to the bottom of inning number 3. And the Honkers will send Josh Hurd, Rukio Sawada, and Eli Savitt to the plate here against Trey Peters. A long break between innings again for Trey, and he starts with a strike on Hurd. 4-0 Goldpanners in front of the Northwest Honkers. First plate appearance for Hurd, still the first time through the batting order for Trey Peters. That one is grounded to short.